Is it too late to start a YouTube channel or a personal brand in general or Instagram account even in 2019? Because I see this conversation out there quite a lot. People saying, I missed the bandwagon, I missed this whole thing, I'm way too late, the golden days are over, whatever. And in this video, I'll try to tell you my real and honest opinion why I think that actually might be the case for some things out there. And I'll tell you my honest opinion specifically about YouTube and Instagram in 2019. So keep watching. Whoa, welcome back, my friends. If you're new here, my name is Dominik. I know usually I post more than once a week. It's been a while and I'm terribly sorry for that, my friends. I've just been focusing a lot of my time, actually putting all my time and effort into my new mentorship students that I have right now. But I'll try my best to keep up here on YouTube because, you know, you're my friends. If you're new here, we're talking about social media marketing. We're talking about building a personal brand, about Instagram marketing, about YouTube. Pretty much anything that revolves around building a personal brand. So first of all, if you're into stuff like this, just, hit that subscribe button. You'll see why it's good in a couple of weeks, a couple of days probably. Anyway, a lot of the times I see it around on my comment section here down below on YouTube, for example, or on Reddit and stuff like that. People are like, oh, is it really too late right now? Because I feel it's too late. I feel like it's all over again. Did I miss the bandwagon? And usually when I go on YouTube, sometimes I see videos about this very topic. And usually all the videos out there are like, no, it's not too late. It's all like, oh, the world's all a beautiful place. There's no bad things going on. Just start. You'll see, you'll succeed. It's all good, right? And actually, let me tell you why I think that's actually not always the case. And some people actually might be in a little bit of wrong mindset about this whole thing. So let me get into why. First of all, you've got to understand every social media platform out there has their own kind of life cycle, be it longer form or kind of shorter. Some are already on the downwards trend. Some are just emerging and some might even not be on your radar yet. But just looking a little bit in the past actually makes you see that you can actually be too late on when starting a platform. For example, it would have been probably not the best decision to start out or fully focus on MySpace back in 2009. For example, or you saw it over the years, Vine, for example, used to be this emerging platform, somehow kind of went away. Now, in my opinion, it's the same thing with Snapchat, for example, or Google Plus, which is gone right now. I know I've been wrong on so many times before. In 2009, I was still into MySpace. I just did not want to believe that it's not going to be a thing anymore. Same thing with Google Plus. When the first thing with Facebook against Google Plus came up, it was like, oh, Google Plus, the best shit ever. Sorry, people are just wrong sometimes. Anyway, that just these things alone cannot tell you you can actually be too late to start something, right? So how does this whole thing connect to, should you start an Instagram in 2019 or should you start a YouTube channel in 2019? Because obviously these two platforms, at least in my opinion, are the strongest platforms to build a personal brand, build something really sustainable out there. In this year or in these times. And in my opinion, in my honest opinion, if you ask me, my friends, which you probably do because you watched this video right now, you clicked on this video, we're right now at the beginning of an erupting volcano. And if you thought that all the competition that's out there right now is already a lot, and if up until now you were like, oh, there's so many people doing the same things that I do right now, too many people in the same niche, for example, I can never start out right now. You're in for a hell of a surprise, my friends. Let me tell you why. Right now, we're not only at a time where 16, 17, 18, 19-year-old people were born with the internet like it is today being a thing already, but even more, they were being born and they kind of grew up with those social media platforms that are the big players right now, namely Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, especially, being a thing like it is today already. And this is and these people have a really, really big advantage over probably us all in a sense, because let me tell you why. It's just a different way, They grew up, YouTube was this thing. You could subscribe to YouTube channel. YouTube channels were a thing when they were, 10 years old already, which I think it does something to the brain. Their brains are just differently wired together. They kind of have probably a 6th sense or a 25th sense because, guess what? There's more than 5 senses. But sorry for spilling the beans. Bible. And you know, they kind of have more of a feel for all these things, for all the sub-communicational values, for how to actually build a tribe, stuff, you know, grow on social media, connect with social media and stuff like that. Just because it was a thing, you know, whenever. You actually kind of have to think it like back in the caveman days, for example. All of a sudden they started talking. They were like, oh, now we can kind of talk to each other, which is awesome, which is amazing, but it's still kind of new. We don't really know what to do with it, blah, 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 right? Generation later, guess what? That was a thing. That was an established thing already. And they kind of developed the whole language a lot further. So what I want to say with this whole thing right now is those people are not only going to develop this whole social media landscape a lot further, the percentage of all those people actually going into social media and using social media as a established career path. You know, it's been a proven way since they were born. You know, they see it right now. There's YouTubers out there that make a lot of money. You know, there's YouTubers out there with only 14,000 subscribers, for example, being really well off. And there's not only going to be a lot more changes on Instagram and YouTube and the social media platforms, but like in general, how the internet, how the world actually works. For example, I just bought a Tesla, and guess what? Did I go to a car dealership, had to talk to car dealerships, you know, pretend I'm not interested, pretend weird things, they're trying to sell me weird stuff? No, I just went online, actually was just looking. Doesn't matter, don't want to get too much into it, but I just ordered the freaking car online, and it's gonna get delivered in a few weeks, right? So, and these things are gonna change, not only for car things, but for other traditional businesses, for example. And I believe they will put an end to lots of offline-based businesses just because they want to bring it online. And guess what? Thank God that you watched this video right now, because now you still have kind of a time to act. Just a little bit, because like I said, you're at the beginning of an evolving, erupting volcano. Because it actually could be too late for some of you people out there. Because when those new people come, they're just gonna roll you over. They're way stronger than you thought. And there's like a lot of them people. You know, let's just say 2001, 2002, there were a lot of new people, you know, kids, as we call them, being born. You know, just get that in your mind, and get that in your mind that it's going to be a huge change. So you want to take advantage of that. So if you kind of dozed off during this video, dozed off during my rant, and still don't know what the hell is that, something to do with, you know, being too late to start Instagram, being too late to start YouTube, whatever. Let me tell you the answer to this question, my friends, and I'm actually calling it out loud right now. You need to act right now to stay relevant and to actually stay on top of the curve. You know, or at least grow with the whole curve, because, you know, otherwise you're gonna miss the beat. Otherwise, like I said, those people are gonna come and those kids are gonna throw you over, and you'll be, you know, gone from the whole platform, from the internet as easy as you were here. And I actually had a very interesting client conversation yesterday with a very, very cool guy, by the way. We talked about, you know, the future of social media and stuff like that, and we talked about how this whole social media thing is kind of a marathon. And you've got to put in kind of the work right now in order to get the maximum profit in the long term, like in 1 or 2 years. Because, you know, there's just so many people coming up right now. And, you know, as every day progresses, there's, you know, the average amount of followers on each platform, the average amount of Instagram followers, the average amount of YouTube subscribers is going to get higher. Naturally, it's kind of becoming towards kind of being inflational, you know, subscriber follower base being kind of an inflational number. So if you act right now, if you stay on top of your curve right now, and on top of your game right now, build a tribe, build a personal brand right now, for example, you set yourself up for the long term, and you're still kind of relevant even when those new people come in a few years, and they're already coming right now, and you can already see that. And if you're one of those people, kudos to you. I probably kind of watch some of you, and you're actually, you're interesting. You're an interesting bunch of people. You just know the social media game. Anyway, so if you actually kind of want to know how you can stay relevant, you know, specifically to your case, how you can stay relevant to the game, how you can build your personal brand, build your Instagram, your YouTube, you know, build an income through your social media sphere. If you maybe have an offline business and kind of want to emerge on an online kind of business that's revolved around a personal brand, about social media channels and stuff like that. go down to heyDominik.com, fill out the application there, and hop on a free call with us. We're gonna talk about what you can do right now. We're gonna see what your situation is right now. Maybe it makes sense for you to go into this whole personal branding thing. Maybe it does not make sense to you. Maybe you're already in there and just want to optimize a lot of things. We're here to help you. Just a free call. Fill out the application, like I said, heyDominik.com, and I'm gonna talk to you. And the other thing that's actually even more important than filling out an application and hopping on a call with us is actually hitting that subscribe button, my friends. And comment down below with whatever you think is relevant to that topic, because it actually helps me out a lot. It helps the whole algorithm thing out a lot, and it's actually good for both of us, probably. Anyway, my name is Dominic. It's pretty hot in here. It's the end of the video, and it was nice talking to you again. I'm gonna make an update video about the whole Instagram thing in the next couple of days, because I believe on Instagram there's been some things happening right now, some weird, crazy things, at least what I see with my own account, with other people's accounts, with clients' accounts. Anyway, my name is Dominic. I'll see you. Bye-bye.